All right, everybody. Here I am. JSO just showed up. I was getting back into my car. Sorry I don't have my gimbal. I was putting my stuff away. I was just about to leave. And JSO actually showed up. So here's the Sheriff's Department. I know you guys just ended the live feed, but so the Sheriff's Department showed up. And sorry if it's a little shaky. I just grabbed my phone because I saw the Sheriff's Department showed up. So if you guys just watch my live feed, hey. So I thought it was over with. It is not over with. JSO, before I could get back out of my Jeep, I was putting my stuff away. So sorry, I can't talk. Sorry if it's a little shaky. They are closed. So they are closed. I'm getting out to my car and I'm actually leaving. And JSO stopped here. I know they're here for me. That's the only reason I did not leave, was because I wanted to talk to them. So obviously they can, obviously since the property's closed, I'll leave, but I just want to talk to them real quick and see if they had any questions or what they were going to do. So here we go. How you doing? Good. I'm assuming you're here for me? Okay. What are you having any kind of issues with this, or are you going to follow the law, or what you can?
Following the law.
Okay.
They say that you can. Their policy is you don't.
See, it doesn't matter what the. Can I show you something real quick? Do you mind? It's right on the. It's posted on their wall.
Let me ask you this: why do you have cameras? I'm just talking to you. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Can I show you something for my point?
Let's talk.
It's sitting right on the outside of their building. It's their rules and regulations. It's actually Title 41, and the CFR sits right on that door. This is for news purposes, and I was going in there to do a public records request. And I'm sorry, what was your name, sir?
Officer Light.
What did you say? Little? Lytle. Okay. What's your badge number?
8338.
Okay. So I'm going in here to do a public records request, which they refused. Okay. I'm going in here for news purposes, which is, I mean, as you walk in the door, if you walk this way, you can actually see the big sign. It sits right there to the right of their door. It's plain as day. And I'll show you the exact CFR. It's the law. I don't care what their policy is. Policy does not trump the law. Law does not trump the Constitution. Am I right?
Oh, I guess. Why are you trying to go through security?
Because I'm trying to do a public records request.
You don't go through security for that.
Why can't I? Well, if you read that's on there, the CFR covers lobbies, foyers, corridors, auditoriums. So that is a foyer. The lobbies are in here.
You're trying to go through security where there's armed federal officers in a federal building to try and do a public records request.
Why can't I? I can do one with you right now as the way the federal law, actually this is federal law. You actually don't even have jurisdiction here, my dear. So, no, you don't.
Yeah, we do. So,
Is there a letter between the agencies?
You would be going to the substation to do a public records request, or you would be calling downtown to do a public records request. You would not be barging through our security at
Your security. It's not your security. I go into JSO all the time. I'm sorry?
Hang on.
Am I being detained? Okay. And I was actually leaving and I saw you show up is the only reason I'm still here. Okay, I'm talking to you right now. I'd like to help you understand what's going on. And you asked me to hang on, so I'm gonna hang on. Right, I got you, but we're having a consensual conversation. I got you. Okay. And you're not asking me to leave under threat of arrest. That's right. So we're having a consensual conversation. Okay. Reno 911. That's exactly what I thought. The mercy seat, Reno 911. He said no, GT. That's exactly what I thought. When he stepped out, I thought Reno 911. I was like, oh my gosh. So if I would have still been in there, I'm assuming this man would have tried to remove me under threat of arrest is what it sounds like. Because it sounds like they're that's kind of the gist of where I'm kind of going, that he would have removed me under threat of arrest. That's kind of what I got the feeling of. Like, he doesn't understand the law, and that's the whole reason I'm here, is I want them to understand what the law is. So JSO has had, Mr. Jeff Gray has done some fabulous work here in Jacksonville. So the JSO should know what's legal and what's not legal as far as news purposes, recording, First Amendment rights. Mr. Jeff Gray, if you all check out his channel, Honor Your Oath. He has done an awesome job here in Jacksonville. So, and the only reason I'm out of the building, I know a lot of people said that I was doing the walk of shame. The building is closed. They close at 4 o'clock. The way the law reads is I'm not allowed to be there after hours. Nobody is. Honor Your Oath is the GOAT. He is awesome, the audit father. Welcome in, everybody. If y'all didn't see my live feed just a few minutes ago, I was in, as you can see, I'm at the immigration office here, the Department of Homeland Security. They closed at 4. They said they were calling FPS and all this other stuff. I will definitely get the 911 calls since obviously JSO was called for service. We'll call them up and we'll see what they called. I guess an iPhone like normal is an emergency. Apparently it's not. We know that it's not. So we'll see how JSO, what he says. Oh, he actually has his name on the car. That's cool. I wonder how much that cost. Yeah, it took him well over an hour to get here. So, I mean, an iPhone's not an emergency. We know that. That's nothing new. Sorry about the shakiness, everybody. I came out of my car because I saw the JSO officer, the sheriff's department. I got in my car to interact with him and ask him what was going on, find out some information. So I did not grab my gimbal, and I apologize for that. So I do have my GoPro going. That's always a lot steadier. All right, later, GT. Thank you, Leslie. As you can see, Leslie, JSO, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, not FPS, showed up well over an hour after the call. So we're going to see exactly what this officer is going to do. So I don't think anything. Thank you so much, Blast. I appreciate that. So it's 80 degrees outside right now in Jacksonville. It might be a little cooler at this point because the sun's going down. Let's see. Part 2, that's exactly right, Cece. I can't read your name. Hope. Sorry, it's the sun's bright. Welcome to the J-Town Fan Blast. That's exactly right. So we'll see what they do. So just have a little quick talk with the deputy. I always love, or I'm not sure it's the sheriff's department, but I think they actually call themselves officers. I think is what they're actually. It's not deputies. It's actually called officers here in Jacksonville. So weird enough. But we'll see how. I always love to have an interaction with them and educate them and correct any misinformation that they have with the law, especially on federal law. A lot of these guys do not understand federal law, even though I give these people plenty of printed out information. If you watched the live feed before, I had the printed out information, the DHS memos that I have from 2018, also 2019. And once I get done with the live feeds, I will be happily put the links of the 2 DHS memos and the rules and regulations under Title 41, rules and regulations governing conduct on federal property. So I'll go stand over here only because the sun's in my eyes and it's a little bit easier to read y'all's comments. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you. So I bet they don't have a written agreement for jurisdiction. That's my guess. I believe I did one on the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. I didn't get anything back. If I remember correctly, I do have a lot of public records requests, so I doubt they do. So what'd you find out?
So,
okay.
By the way, I'm offside. What is your name?
I'm Lana.
Lana?
Yeah.
What?
I'm not gonna give you my last name.
No?
No, not unless I've committed a crime. Unless I'm legally allowed to, I'll be, yeah.
What I'm doing, I just try to document everything.
Yeah.
So this is what I got. Spoke to my supervisor.
Is he legal counsel or is he just like a sergeant? Okay.
So
What's his name?
Federal building. Sergeant
Philly, okay.
Federal building.
Okay.
They make the rules. I don't. So basically, what I've got here is just a simple dispute. Okay. If they say don't go in there, videotaping, and don't go into security, That's their rules, not mine. Okay.
So let me ask you. So if I know they're closed right now, but say I were to come back tomorrow, whenever, and I went in there and they're breaking, and you can actually see it if you just, all you have to do is turn your head right. You see the big white sign right there with the black writing? That is their Title 41. And if you look toward the bottom, if you walk over there with me, I could show you real quick. Just like,
I'm gonna go walk over there and talk to them.
oh yeah, I'll walk over there. Yeah, I'm here, I'm very peaceful. Obviously I don't have anything. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm here I got a GoPro and an iPhone. Okay, I was simply here just to exercise my rights. First Amendment protected activity.
For what? Can I just ask, like, for what?
I was going in there to do a public records request specifically. That was my purpose. Well, on this department, yeah, on this agency, I should say.
The agency or the building?
The building.
So
This particular location. This I forget what there's different words for it, but this like. Branch. I can't remember it, like how they have the FBI building. That's their Jacksonville office or their field office, right? So this is their office. You know what I mean? Thank you. So I was going in here to do a public records request, which is not even this. As soon as you cross that line, is federal property, right? So this is their, and I just want to educate you because I've done the Freedom of Information Act request from JSO. You guys do not have jurisdiction here. It's not your understanding, it's the law.
So my understanding of building, I don't know about the parking lot. I could very be wrong. No.
Oh, this is federal property.
Every day is a whole new limit.
Right, and that's what I'm here for, to help you educate you guys, just educate myself, educate the public. That's the whole point, on exercising your constitutional rights.
To just come in there and do a public records.
Well, I was doing an investigation on them too, so it's part of my investigation into this particular field office. I'll use your word. So I'm doing an investigation, just like I've done investigations on JSO. Correct. Yeah, I'm an independent journalist. So and all I want to do is I want to see you guys do the right thing. That's it. I want to make you shine.
So what is it? So they called me. What can I do for you?
I just want to make sure that you know, because you were talking the way you were. I just want to make sure you're educated. So when we started talking, I guess the words that you were using when you said, because you made it seem to me that you were going to trespass me from public. Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay, so if I was still in there right now recording, would you ask me to leave? Okay, so FPS is the only one that can.
So my understanding.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
So let's just say we were.
If I was on the city street.
Over that building.
Right.
Whatever building that is.
Right.
They called me and said, "Hey, this lady, she's doing
On private property."
Doing whatever.
Right.
Whatever it may be. Different scenario.
That's right. This is public property. This is public property. It's like oil and water. It's two different things.
That being said, I always document when it comes to
Yeah.
So, I'm just gonna do that. I'll talk to them about it. I mean.
So if I come back in a little bit later and you guys get called, that was my concern. If I continue my investigation.
Come back in here and they ask me, please don't record.
Okay.
That's their problem.
Are you gonna remove me from the building if they ask me to leave?
Am I?
Yeah. Well, right. You.
So, federal.
Okay.
So, come to that, cross that bridge when we get to it.
Okay. I just want to know so when I come back, I know what, you know what I mean? So I know that you may not be the one that's responding, obviously.
What I would ask you is, if you would, if they say, hey, please don't record it, just don't go through this. Try not to go through the security.
That's a whole different thing. But
like I said, we'll cross that bridge.
But I'm talking to you as a Jacksonville sheriff's officer. I'm just asking you. Obviously, they're a whole different story, and I'll deal with their bosses. I'll deal with FPS. You know what I mean? That's a whole different ball of wax. I'm asking you specifically. If I go back in there, would you remove me under threat of arrest because they're not following their own rules that are posted? Which you said you're going to walk up there anyway.
I'm gonna go in there.
Yeah, you can look at it. I'll show it to you real quick. I'll point it out real quick. We can walk over there. Okay. And I'll show it to you real quick. I know you don't. I know you have better things to do.
Well, I mean, I was on a disturbance earlier, and then this has been assigned to me for a little bit, so I had no idea. This is actually my second time I'm ever being out here.
Out to this location. Okay. And if you look right here, look at the rules and regulations. Okay. And I'll show it exactly where it's at right here. This is it. And it even gives you the CFR. See the CFR? And read it like it's read. Don't interpret it. Just read it how it is. And this is what I'm going after right here. This is what affects me.
So basically,
building entrance.
So you're only trying to photograph the building entrance and the lobby.
Lobbies for. I'm not going in restricted access. I'm not going into private offices. Nothing like that. It's lobbies, which this is a foyer. Okay. So this is a foyer, and then of course the lobbies are beyond the security. So I'm allowed to photograph in the lobbies. This doesn't mean anything. This is just to scare people. Okay. This right here, because this right here is the law. If you read right here, it says 41 CFR 102-74.420. What's that? And there's actually, and I was actually going out to my car, and I've actually printed off. There's actually DHS memos that say that I'm legally allowed to be here and do this. It's just.
Well, like I said, if you come back here tomorrow, cross that bridge. But the only thing I would say, just to maintain the peace.
Oh no!
Please do not go.
He actually assaulted me. I would actually be asking you to press charges, but you don't have jurisdiction. So I'm going to talk to FPS because the security guard.
You want to take up like a complaint by office?
Right. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to file a form because he actually came up. Literally, let me show you how. I took about 3 steps in, and they literally attacked me. He came up, grabbed my hand, was pushing me. You know what I mean? He's a security guard. You know what I mean? he's not an officer like you. He's not a sworn officer like you are. I know it's supposed to be. He's just a security. He's an armed security guard. And it's just like if I walked up to somebody and started grabbing you. You know what I mean? You're going to defend yourself. I mean, so right. So yeah, you too. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. No. The Jeep, the green. You see the big. Yeah. You'll find me. Trust me. When you start saying Lana, they'll know who I am. Oh yeah. People in your department will know who I am. So God bless. Have a safe trip. All right, everybody. So I always like to take that moment and talk to officers, deputies, whatever the case may be. I love talking to people and trying to educate them. So he seemed like he was open. I don't like the fact that he said, we'll see what happens if I come back. So I don't like that fact, but at least, he seemed cordial at the moment. So welcome everybody, welcome in. So I just had a little, if you watch my live feed from before, you'll see that a security guard went hands-on with me. We waited an hour for FPS, but Jacksonville Sheriff's Department decided to show up instead. FPS probably knows that it's legal to record in foyers, lobbies, stuff like that, whatever the CFR says. I can't think of it right at the moment, but they probably know. So till next time, guys, I appreciate it. Thank you all for showing up for this part 2 of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. God bless. Don't forget, we've got Old Glory sitting behind me. There she is, right there. Old Glory sitting in the background. Show a little respect to Old Glory. God bless y'all. Thank y'all for coming in and checking out the live. And until next time, keep letting freedom ring.